Rhaenyra versus Aegon II, who truly deserved the Iron Throne. In the land of Westeros, power is not given, it is taken. And the Iron Throne, it is not earned with noble birth alone. It is forged through fire, war, betrayal, and blood. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe if you love House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, and deep dives into Westerosi lore. Let's begin. Today, we step back into the heart of the deadliest Targaryen civil war, the Dance of the Dragons, and ask the question that has haunted historians and fans alike. Who truly deserved the Iron Throne, Rhaenyra Targaryen or Aegon II? The promise of a queen. Before dragons clashed and kingdoms burned, there was a promise. A promise from a king to his daughter. King Viserys I Targaryen, a peaceful ruler, shocked the realm when he named his daughter, Rhaenyra, as heir to the Iron Throne. Not his brother. Not his unborn sons. But Rhaenyra. Despite the customs of Westeros, despite centuries of patriarchal rule, he made it clear. Rhaenyra will succeed me. She was groomed from a young age to rule. She sat at council meetings. She learned statecraft. She flew on her dragon, Syrax, and commanded the respect of lords across the realm. Even after Viserys fathered sons with his second wife, Alicent Hightower, he never rescinded his decision. But power, especially in Westeros, rarely listens to reason or oaths. The Green Council's betrayal. When King Viserys died, Rhaenyra was far away, at Dragonstone, grieving the loss of her father. Meanwhile, in King's Landing, Alicent Hightower and her allies, the Greens, acted swiftly and ruthlessly. They concealed the king's death. They forged documents. And they crowned Aegon II, Alicent's son, behind closed doors in the Dragon Pit. This betrayal was not just of Rhaenyra, it was of the king's will. And just like that, the Dance of the Dragons began. Legitimacy versus reality. Let's pause. Who had the stronger claim, legally and morally? Rhaenyra's claim rested on her father's explicit decision, repeatedly reaffirmed. She was the named heir, sworn to by lords of the realm. Aegon's claim, on the other hand, came from tradition, the idea that a male heir automatically trumps a female one. In the eyes of many lords, a woman on the throne was unnatural. But was that reason enough? The very law of succession in Targaryen custom wasn't clear. Some kings had sisters as heirs. Others chose sons. There was no consistent rule. Yet, in terms of oath, will, and preparation, Rhaenyra had every right to sit on the Iron Throne. Rhaenyra's flaws, a wounded queen. Now, it's tempting to paint Rhaenyra as a perfect ruler. But she wasn't. Her reign, though mostly symbolic, was marked by rage, impulsiveness, and distrust. After her son Lucerys Valerian was killed by Aemond Targaryen, her grief turned to fury. She demanded blood, no matter the cost. Her Black Council made brutal choices. Executions, torture, burnings. At times, she alienated allies, turning the realm against her through paranoia and harsh rule during her brief time on the throne. And as the war wore on, her mind and health deteriorated. Some say she became obsessed. Others call her broken. Still, what broke her was not weakness, it was loss. Loss of children. Loss of allies. Loss of control. Aegon II, the reluctant, then tyrannical king. At first, Aegon II didn't even want the crown. He was a drunk, a philanderer. He never expected, or desired, to rule. But once crowned, Aegon changed. And not for the better. His rule became increasingly cruel, especially after his son and heir was killed. He executed Rhaenyra in one of the most horrifying acts in Westeros history, feeding her to his dragon, Sunfire, in front of her last living son. He ruled in fear and paranoia, purging anyone suspected of supporting the Blacks. And yet, his reign was short-lived. Within 2 years, he was poisoned by his own men. His support base had crumbled. The realm saw him for what he was, a usurper who brought destruction to the land. The cost of a crown. Both sides, green and black, committed atrocities. Dragons burned towns and castles. Thousands died, including innocents, nobles, children. The Targaryen family, once mighty and unified, was shattered beyond repair. By the end of the dance, almost all major dragons were dead. So were many heirs. But perhaps the cruelest irony of all? Neither Rhaenyra nor Aegon II truly won. The war left the Iron Throne soaked in blood, with Rhaenyra's son, Aegon III, inheriting a realm too broken to rule. He was called the Dragonbane, for under his rule, the last dragons died. The queen that never was. Let's return to Rhaenyra. Her story echoes that of another powerful woman in Westeros, Rhaenys Targaryen, known as the queen who never was. Rhaenys, who had once been passed over for the throne due to her gender, saw in Rhaenyra the chance for justice. For a queen to finally wear the crown. Rhaenys joined the Black Cause. She died fighting, atop her dragon Meleus, in a valiant attempt to change the course of history. But even she, in her final moments, may have realized. The Iron Throne devours those who chase it. The people's view. What did the common folk think? To them, the war brought only death, taxes, and dragonfire. They didn't care about oaths sworn 20 years ago. They didn't debate bloodlines or legal legitimacy. They cared about survival. And in that regard, both Rhaenyra and Aegon failed them. Their ambition, fueled by advisors, trauma, and family feuds, tore the realm apart. Legacy. Who truly deserved it? So now, we come back to the question. Who deserved the Iron Throne? If you believe in oaths, preparation, and Viserys' vision, then Rhaenyra was the rightful ruler. She was the chosen heir. She had the temperament, education, and the king's trust. But if you believe might makes right, and that Westeros was not ready for a queen, then Aegon II's claim had political traction, if not moral weight. Yet, Aegon proved himself a worse ruler. Vengeful, broken, dangerous. Rhaenyra was flawed, but human. A mother, a daughter, a queen by right. Her death was a tragedy, not just because she lost, but because Westeros lost a chance at something better. The dream of Aegon the Conqueror. Let's not forget what truly guided Viserys' decision. He believed in the dream of Aegon the Conqueror, a prophecy that a Targaryen must rule Westeros to protect it from a great darkness from the north. He saw Rhaenyra as the one to carry that burden. And in a cruel twist, Aegon II shattered that dream by seizing the throne, ending dragons, and plunging the realm into chaos. In many ways, Rhaenyra was the bridge between conquest and prophecy, and her death symbolized the breaking of the Targaryen destiny. Fire, blood, and truth. History, as written by the Maestas, often favors men, victors, and powerful institutions. But we must ask, is truth the same as victory? Rhaenyra did not win. But did she deserve the throne? Yes. Not just because she was named. Not just because she was trained. But because she believed in the realm, and in a future that wasn't built only on fire and blood. Bu. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Targaryen Civil War and want more epic lore, character breakdowns, and untold truths from Westeros, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a moment in the Game of Thrones universe. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think truly deserved the Iron Throne? Was Rhaenyra robbed of her destiny, or was Aegon II the right choice all along? Thanks for watching, and as always, Vela Morgulis.